running.
There he is, blood, gore, hence violent news. Just want to make sure my audio is okay.
Hey everyone,
Hey.
Welcome back to another tabletop adventure here at Digital Woods. Today we got a 750 point battle report between Bad Moon Orkz
And Behemoth Tyranids. Haven't run them before, figured I'd give them a try.
Okay, it should be pretty interesting to see. We'll get to our armies, get to the action, so we'll see you in a bit.
Alright, so here's going to be my 748 points of Tyranids High Fleet Behemoth. I'll start out with my Warlord for this one, which is going to be a Broodlord, bringing his monstrous rending claws. His psychic power is going to be Catalyst. His Warlord trait for this one is going to be Monstrous Hunger, the Behemoth High Fleet Warlord trait. And his relic he's bringing along is going to be the Maw of Thyrax. Next down the character tree is going to be my Neurothrope with the psychic power The Horror. And on to troops with two nearly identical groups of Gene Stealers, each with 15 models in the unit, all bringing along Rending Claws and Scything Talons, but one of those groups is going to be bringing two Flesh Hooks. And finishing off troops, I've got a single group of 10 Hormagaunts with Scything Talons. And lastly in my army, for the heavy support slot, I have a Trigon with 3 massive Scything Talons, a Toxin Spike, and Bioelectric Pulse. And that's my army.
Alright folks, this is going to be my 749 points of Bad Moon's Battalion Detachment. Start off with my Warlord. He is a big mech in Mega Armor. He's going to have a custom Mega Blaster, Power Claw, Warlord trait of Follow Me Lads, because it's simply, I think, the best one from the Orc Codex. And he is going to have the relic Duckilly Claw to make him even more effective in close combat. Moving on to my second HQ choice, I've got a Weird Boy, who immediately is going to upgrade to a Warp Head through the stratagem. So spending 1 command point, but I get 1 back from Follow Me Lad, so starting out at the 8 command points. He's going to have his standard Weird Boy staff, and he is going to have Warpath and Da Crunch as his psychic powers. Moving on to my troop choices, I have 3 10-boy squads. Each one of them has a big shooter in it. 2 of the squad's knobs have a big chopper, and the 3rd squad has a power claw. Moving on to elites, I've got a Pain Boy with his Erdy Syringe and power claw. For fast attack choice, I've got a squad of Warbikes, and their knob has a power claw, and then pretty much everything else is running sluggers and choppers for that unit. And for heavy support, I have a new model, the Gun Wagon. And this model has a killer cannon for its turreted weapon, and it's got 4 big shooters, and it's going to be upgraded with the battle wagon upgrades of Alaba, Grot Riggers, and a Grabbin' Claw. And that should make up my 749 points of Bad Moon Orkz. Alright, and here we are deployed for another No Mercy game. We're using Dawn of War deployment, and in this game it's pretty simple. 1 victory point for each enemy unit you wipe out. First Blood, Slay the Warlord, and Linebreaker in effect. Yeah, and I finished deploying first by having all 3 of my characters inside of the gun wagon. So I'm going to get the bonus to the roll-off for that.
And my Trigon and my second group of Gene Stealers are in Subterranean Assault.
Yep. So let us roll off to see who gets to choose who goes first. Well, technically,
It's a tie.
it's a tie, so I got to roll again because I got the +1. Alright, so I got a 6. I'm going to choose to go second because we measured and I'm 26 inches away. So you can't get to me turn 1.
No.
So I'm definitely going to choose to go second.
Can I roll to deny? Is that a thing?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, on to Nid's turn 1 then. Alright, so movement for Nid's turn 1. Just moved and advanced literally everything forward. Getting a nice 6 extra inches for the Gene Stealers. Unfortunately, he rolled 1, so oh well. But pretty middle of the road for everything else. So, with that out of the way, on to Psychic Powers, where I'm going to start with the Horror from him. Going into, let's go with that group of boys.
Fair enough.
So that's going to be a warp charge of 6 to cast. And with an 11, I absolutely get it. And Tom's Psyker is still in the thing, so he cannot deny. And then I'm going to put Catalyst on the group of Gene Stealers. Alright, so that's going to be also a warp charge of 6 to cast. For a 3 and a 3. So that goes off with the 6 as well. Sweet. Then there is technically a long ball charge I could maybe make, but it would get into the crater as well, so I would not be able to make it. As it is a 12-inch charge. So that is the end of my turn for turn 1. On to Orkz.
Alright, turn 1 for the Bad Moons. Pressing forward because we're Orkz and we want tos. Moving everything up. Bikes moving up to engage in some flanking. And making sure these two units stay within 2 inches of each other, because at the end of the movement phase I'm spending 1 command point to engage the mob up special rule. So they now count as 1 unit.
Fair enough.
It's great for all sorts of unique benefits and rolls and all that type of stuff. Stayed put with my gun wagon, and all the characters climbed out and moved a little bit around to get into better positions. So yeah. Alright. So that's it for the movement phase. On to the psychic phase, where I'm going to start off with the crunch going on to that unit.
Alright.
I measured there are enough boys / things with Irigo in range of him to give him a +2 to this roll.
And
I'm outside of
Shadow in the Warp and Deny.
Yep, made sure I was outside of 24 for both. So, the crunch is a warp charge 8, so I need to show a 6 or better. And I got a 10. It is in fact a 12 up because of the +2. That is a 12 or higher. So he's going to suffer D3 mortal wounds from perils. So he takes 2.
Alright.
So what the crunch does, I pick an enemy unit with an 18. Obviously I was doing it on your
Gene
Stealers. And then roll a D6 for every model in the unit, and on A6 causes a mortal wound. Once that's done, I roll 2d6, and if I roll a 10 or higher, I do it again.
That's real good.
Yes.
So I've got 15.
Yep. Okay, and then rolling the 15 dice, 6 ups cause mortal wounds. Looks like I got 2.
Alright.
Alright. And then you need to make your saves on that.
So 2 5-up Feel No Pains from Catalyst. Made both.
Alright, and then roll 2 dice, and if I get a 10 or higher, I get to do it again. And I got an 11. 6 cause mortal wounds. For 2.
5-up Feel No Pains. I can speak.
I get 1.
You get 1. 1 dice.
Hopefully that isn't how this game's gonna go, and you treat 5 ups like 3 ups.
Ugh.
Alright. Next up, he's gonna go ahead and cast Warpath on the boys' squad.
Fair enough.
So, and he's kind of perils himself again. How many wounds does he have? I'm probably going to reroll one of those 6s. Okay, only having 4 wounds on the model, I'm going to reroll one of these dice. I still perils. D3 mortal wounds. He's dead.
Okay.
So you got first blood.
Alright. Sure. Is he your warlord?
No.
Okay.
Alright, so going into the shooting phase now that my Psyker is dead. The big blob is going to go ahead and fire all their shots into the Gene Stealers there, and I am going to declare more DACA. So what that does is their DACA special roll triggers on 5s and 6s. Starting off, technically, I'll start off with the 1 Slugga in range. 1 shot hitting on a 5 or a 6. No. Rerolling ones because I'm bad moons. For a 4. So, no, pistol missed.
Alright.
Alright, then there are 32 shots from all the shootas, from all the shoota boys. So I've got 20 in my hand, hitting on 5s and 6s. Rerolling ones. Alright. Okay, these are all misses. Rerolling 5 of them. For another 5. So that's the first 20, giving me 6 successful hits. Then the 12 extra. So 3 more 5s and 3 rerolls. For no more from that. So that is a total of 9 hits. But because it's Daka Daka Daka, I get to get that many extra shots.
Nice.
5s and 6s. Rerolling 1s. These all miss. 3 more hits. No extra hit from that. So that is a total of 12 hits.
Pretty good.
Wounding on 4s, because strength 4. For 1, 2, 3, 4. For 4. There you go. 4 wounds.
4 5-up invols. For 2 make it initially. And then 2 5-up feel no pains. For 1 dead.
Then the 2 big shooters in the unit. Hitting on 5s and 6s. For only 1 hit to start off. 3 misses and 2 rerolls. For only 1 hit. Gives me 1 extra shot because of more Daka, which is a miss. Wounding on a 3 because strength 5, which doesn't even wound. So with that lovely pile of success, I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 command points to engage showing off to immediately have that unit fire all of its weapons once again. Starting off with the pistol that's in range. Miss. All of them shoot us. And they keep the more Daka, because that's for the whole phase. 4 hits out of 20, and 5 rerolls. Giving me 3 more hits to make up the 32. Giving me 6 hits from that volley and 3 rerolls. Giving me 2 more. So 6, 12, 15 hits out of 32. Okay, and then all of these generate more shots. So
True.
yeah, so that's 15 hits of 5 and 6s, and these all generate more shots. So here's this rolling that for the extra shots.
For the Daka Daka Daka.
For the Daka Daka Daka. Keeping all the special rolls. So 5 rerolls. And 4 successful hits, and then the rest are misses. For 2 more successful hits. So 6 plus the 15 up to 21 hits.
Nice.
And 4 up to wound.
Look at this spread.
11 wounds, and then I need to roll 1 extra dice.
Alright.
1 extra die on a 4. No. So 11 wounds from all the shootouts.
Alright, so this is going to be 11 5-up invols. For 4 made, and then for the rest, it's 5-up feel no pains. For 3, so I take 4 go down.
Alright. 6 shots from the big shooters, hitting on 5s and 6s. Okay, 3 misses and 3 rerolls. For 1 successful hit, wounding on a 3. 1 wound.
Alright. Invol. No, goes through. So, feel no pain. Made it.
Alright, next up my Warlord's going to fire his custom Mega Blaster into the group of Gene Stealers. 1 shot, hitting on a 3, rerolling once. and then wounding on a 2. Wait, hold on. That's not right. So yeah, hitting on a 5, which meant I missed because I rolled a 3.
Okay.
I'm thinking of, every other army, basically.
Fair enough. It's been a while since you ran Orkz.
Yes. Okay. Up next is going to be this squad, which is going to fire all of this and this into the Hormagaunts, and these two, which can't see the Hormagaunts, into the Gene Stealers.
All right.
So 4 shots from the 2 that cannot see the Hormagaunts going into your Gene Stealers, hitting on 6s because of the horror. Rerolling 1s. So 2 misses, and because of Daka Daka Daka, I can try to get that, and I'll get 4 hits in total. Alright, and then wounding on 4s. For 3 wounds. That did more than some of my big volleys.
Alright, so that'll be 3 5-ups. For made 1, and then 2 feel no pains.
I think that did more than my first big volley.
It did. So 2 go down from that.
Alright. The 6 other shots from the regular shooter boys going into the Hormagaunts. Hitting on 6s because of the horror. Alright, 3 hits and 2 rerolls. For 3 hits. And then the Daka Daka Daka. For 4 hits. And then these are going to be wounding on 3s. For 2 wounds.
Alright, and then no kind of AP?
Nope.
Alright, well, 2 6-ups for the Hormagaunts. Nope. And they have no other kind of save, so that's just 2 dead.
3 shots from the big shooter. Hitting on 6s. No hits, 1 reroll. No hits. The bikers are going to fire all of their shots into the Hormagaunts.
Alright.
Bikers shooting in. 18 shots in total from their 2 Daka guns each. And they're going to be hitting on 5s and 6s, rerolling 1s. And then the rerolls from the 1s. Giving me 1 extra 6. So I had 4 6s, which means 4 extra shots. No extra hits. Alright, so 7 successful hits, and then wounding on 3s. For 3 wounds. And no AP on Daka guns.
Alright, so 3 6-ups. For 3 more dead Gaunts.
Okay, so 5 of the Gaunts are going to go away, so that leaves 5 left.
Yep.
Okay. Alright, up next and the last thing to go is going to be my gun wagon. I'm going to split up its fire. It's going to fire its kill cannon and 2 of its big shooters into the Gene Stealer squad, and then its Laba and the 2 other big shooters into the Hormagaunts. Trying to just finish that squad. So let's start off with the Laba. That's going to be D6 number of shots from it. For 1. Hitting on a 5 or a 6. Hey, it did hit. And it also got a 6, so that's Daka Daka Daka. For 2 hits.
Nice.
Alright, and then wounding on 3s. Strength 4. No wounds. Alright. Then 6 shots from its 2 big shooters going into the Hormagaunts. 5s and 6s. 4 misses, 1 hit, 1 reroll. Rerolled into a 6, so that's Daka Daka Daka. And gets a reroll because of 1s. So that's going to be a total of 3 hits. And wounding on 3s. 2 wounds.
AP?
No AP on a big shooter.
Alright, so that's going to be... and this is into the Gaunts.
Yeah, the Hormagaunts, yeah.
Alright, 3 6-ups. 1 lives.
Alright. Next up, the shots going into the Gene Stealers, starting off with the Killer Cannon, 2d6 number of shots because it remains stationary. Down to 1 command point for 8 shots.
That's a lot better.
8 shots hitting on 5s and 6s. Alright. Looks like 3 straight misses, 1 5, 2 rerolls, getting a 6. 3 6s, so that's 3 Daka Daka Dakas. Rerolling rolling all ones. So 6 successful hits in total. Strength 8 on a kill cannon, so wounding on 2s. I still managed to roll 2 1s, so 4 wounds. Yeah, so.
Alright. 4 5-up invols. For 2 make it out the gate.
Kill cannons do 2 damage a pop, I do believe.
So, first one dies. The next set of feel no pains lives.
Alright, and then the 6 shots from the 2 big shooters going into the Gene Stealers, hitting on 5s and 6s. For 2 hits, one's a 6, one's a 5, so that's 1 Daka Daka Daka, which is a 2. So just 2 hits, wounding on 4s. 1 wound.
1 5-up invul. Nope. And then 1 5-up feel no pain. No. So another one goes down.
Yay. Alright, that's it for shooting, because I have nothing else that can shoot. Charges to declare. The bikers are going to declare a charge into the Hormigons and the Zoanthrope.
Alright. Make your charge. I have no guns.
I got a 10, so it's going to be more than enough.
Absolutely.
And then the massive blob of boys are going to declare a charge going in to the Gene Stealers. And I got a 7, but here we go allows me to roll 1 or both dice, so I'm re-rolling the 1 to a 12. Even with the -2, I'm going to make it.
Absolutely.
Okay, and just quick showing where these ended up. I'm not quite done with my charge phase as moving these boys in. I realized I could, longer distance charge with this guy, but I've been rolling relatively well for charges. He needs a 10 to make it in. And I got a 9, so I'm going to re-roll the 4. No, so he won't make it in. And then might as well try to get the Pain Boy in. He needs like a 11 or 12. Re-roll both. No, so none of them will make it in.
And you're not charging with them?
No. They could try, but I actually want to kind of keep them there for making sure you have to remain more than 9 inches away from my vehicle / my characters.
Oh, damn it.
So they'll be good right where they're at. I got a ton of boys going into that unit.
Yep.
So I'll be activating them first. They're going to do a 3-inch pile in to make sure all can fight, and then I'll go ahead. Okay, so doing calculation after I made sure all boys were in range to attack, there are 18 regular boys in there. I have Warpath, which gives +1 attack, and I also have a group of 20 or more boys. So that means I'm going to have a total of 72 attacks from the boys alone. And then the knobs will get to swing in. So 72 attacks from the boys.
20 at a time.
20 at a time, hitting on 3s. 7 misses from the first 20. So 13 hits from that. Second group of 20. 9 misses from the second group, so that's 11, 24. 7 misses from that one. So that's going to bring me up to 37 hits, and then a group of 12. Five more misses, so another 7. I was at 37, so that's 42 successful hits.
Good number. Meaning a life, the universe, and everything, that is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also apparently beating the crap out of Gene Stealers.
Alright, and then wounding on 4s. 20 at a time. 6 non-wounds. 6 non-wounds in the first group of 20, so 14 wounds from that. Second group of 20. Eight misses from that one, so that's 26 wounds, and then the 2 extra. 27 wounds.
Okay. Alright, so this is going to be the first 20 of that for 5 ups. Of which I make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Almost made half of it.
Almost. And then 7 more for...
Might as well just roll this for your 5 ups. For
True.
Feel No Pains.
All right. Yeah, this might be them anyway. And then 5 up, Feel No Pains. For They're Dead. Did I make... I made 2.
3, 4.
Oh. 4.
And
But
then
still, that's more than 5.
you take 8 casualties from that alone.
Yep. So that is the end of the Gene Stealers.
Yeah!
All right. So before Tom gets into the rest of his melee, I'm going to spend 2 I can speak. I'm going to spend 2 command points to intervene and have my Hormagaunts go next. And they're just going to throw all their attacks into the bikers. So this is going to be 6 hits, or... Yeah.
6 attacks.
6 attacks, that's the one. So this is going to be 6 attacks hitting on 4s. For 4 hits. And then wounding on strength 3 versus tough.
5.
Great. So, 5s to wound. For nothing. 2 command points well spent. Oh well. Your attacks.
Alright. I'm going to split up my attacks. The Slugachappas from the 2 regular Warbikers are going to go into the Gaunts. And then all of the Power Claw attacks from the Knob are going to go into the Zoanthrope, or Neurothrope. So starting off with the Chappas, 6 attacks in total, hitting on 3s. 4, 5 hits. And then wounding on 3s. Strength 4. Only 2. Only 2.
And no AP.
No AP.
Alright, so that's going to be 2 6-ups. For no. So 2 bite the dust.
Okay. And then 3 attacks from the boss, Knob Biker, going into the Zoanthrope, hitting on 4s with his Power Claw. For 2. Strength 10, so wounding on 2s. Still got 1. Alright, 1 wound. You're 3 up invul.
Alright. And 1 3-up invul. For no. It
Alright.
goes through. I'm going to spend a command point to reroll that. Made it.
Okay. That's all my melee for the turn. That's a pretty decent turn. I wish the shooting phase went better, but it made it somewhat back in the fight phase.
Yes. You absolutely did.
Alright, well, on to your turn, turn 2. I mean, you don't need to make a morale there because of the Fearless.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Alright, so turn 2 for Tyranids. I had my Broodlord just kind of sidle up, didn't need to advance. I had my big brain, Neurothrope, just kind of move his 5 away from combat, bravely stayed in. It's totally going to die. Oh well. And popped up from the tunnels right over here with the 15 more Gene Stealers and the Trigon. So with that out of the way, on to Psychic Powers, where I'm going to be throwing the Horror on the big group of Orkz.
Fair enough.
It's going to be a warp charge of 6 for that one. Where a 5 is not enough, so I'm spending a command point. Where a 5 is still not enough. Damn it. And then, because he can cast 2 powers, I'm going to throw a smite at the closest unit, which I think is the bikes. Yeah, because he's 5 inches away from that, and that's more than 5 inches. So, throwing a smite at the bikes. For an 8, which is just going to be a D3.
Yep.
For 3 possible wounds. Well, it's wounds.
Yeah.
Mortal wounds. They go through.
Yes.
It should have 2 wounds per.
2 wounds for the regular guys, 3 for the Knob.
Alright.
So, that's going to be 1 dead biker, and I might as well put the other wound on the remaining other biker.
Alright. And then for him, he's going to be putting Catalyst on himself. So, that's also on a warp charge of a 6. 4 gets it with a 9. So he now has a 5-up Feel No Pain. And with that out of the way, I finally have something with a shooting attack. Alright, so he's going to be shooting with his Bioelectric Pulse at the big group of boys. He's got 6 shots hitting on 4s. 4, 1 hit, and then wounding on 3s for this. So that did nothing.
Yeah.
Oh well. And with that out of the way, charges to declare. And to start off the charge phase, I'm going to have the Broodlord go in first.
So, Overwatch shooting, starting off with the Shootas. There are 8 boys from each squad that have Shootas, so that's 16 shots coming out of 16 boys with 2 shots each, so that's 32 shots of Shootas, hitting on 6s. I do not get the re-rolling 1s, because that is only for the shooting phase, but more DACA still procs, so I'm going to have 4 extra shots from that. And here's the other 12. Getting 1 more. So that gives me 5 extra shots for DACA. No extra hits. And these are going to be wounding on 5s. For 1.
And 1 5-up. No. And 1 5-up, Feel No Pain. Yes.
2 Sluggas. Nope. And then 6 shots from the 2 big Shooters. No.
Alright, and the basically no charge makes it. So next up is going to be their charge, and don't have to worry about Overwatch anymore. They've got a 9-inch charge to make, but because Behemoth, I get to re-roll charge rolls if this fails. But that's exactly a 9, so they're getting in.
You don't want to re-roll it? That's only going to be
they got in.
Okay.
Alright, so here they are after the charge, and before I do a 3-inch pile in just to get more attacks in. Alright, and here they are after piling in, getting 11 into relative base contact, which will result in about 44 attacks.
Decent number.
From the Gene Stealers themselves. Starting with 20 at a time, hitting on 2s because of the Broodlord proximity. With 7 misses. For the first batch,
So 13 hits.
13 hits. Next 20.
Left one on the ground.
Damn. There we go. Resulting in 16. Oop. Sorry. 15 more hits.
And then you have 4 more attacks.
Yep. And technically, because I didn't say it, I always bring them, but never use them. These are with the Rending Claws.
Yeah.
And the last 4 attacks. For 3 more. So 15, 13, and 3.
Yeah.
Alright, and then for wounds, I will be... You said they were tough.
4.
Alright, so all these will be wounding on 4s. Here's the first 20. 7 from that.
And we get to 20.
And then the last 11 from that, still hitting, or wounding on 4s. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 8. Not really possible wounds.
Yes.
It's AP -1 with a 6-up save. So that's 8 dead orcs.
You mean 15.
I mean 15 dead orcs.
Alright. Now, can I kill enough orcs to make sure your big guy doesn't get an attack?
Yes. Alright, and then onto the Broodlord. It's already piled in, but considering the way that Tom removed dead orcs, he gets no attacks.
Yep.
Because he's not within 1 inch.
Yep.
Alright, and finishing off my end of the combat with the Hormigaunt with its 2 attacks going into the knobs or Orkz.
They're just Warbikers.
Just Warbikers. So, hitting on 4s for 1 hit, no rerolls, and then wounding on 5s for nothing! And time for your attacks back.
Okay, and first unit to activate is going to be the boys here. They're going to pile in. Mike was so kind enough to get his
Broodlord.
nice and close, so going to be able to get some attacks into that. So these two are going to put their attacks into the Gene Stealers, and then everything else is going to go into Mike's Broodlord. Was about to start rolling these guys to fight, and then I remembered that I still had Warpath. Double checked, it lasts until the start of my next Psychic phase, and I haven't had my turn 2 yet. So the 2 boys swinging into the Gene Stealers will go first for 6 attacks, hitting on 3s for 4 hits. Oop, get back here. And then wounding on 4s for 3 wounds.
And that'll be 3 5-ups for 3 dead Gene Stealers.
Yay! Alright, then the 3 other boys throwing their attacks into your Broodlord for a total of 9 attacks, hitting on 3s. For 4 misses, and then wounding on 5s for 2 wounds.
And this will be 2 5-ups, where I don't need to follow them up by more 5-ups.
Alright. Then the Knob with the Power Claw, 4 attacks, hitting on 4s for 2 successful hits. Strength 10, so wounding on 3s because you're a tough 6. Oh well.
Both looked it up, and the Broodlord is actually tough 5, so that 2 did in fact wound. So here is my 5-up Invol. Made it.
You made.
Get back up there.
Okay. Next up is going to be the Biker Boys. Going to
Destroying a poor Hormigaunt.
Yeah, they'll do their 3-inch pile in, but I'll just roll their attacks now. So, starting off with the regular Biker Boys, 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. And then wounding on 3s. 2 wounds, so 2 6-up saves.
Woo. 2 6-ups. No, it's dead. And then you're piling, just cuz.
So at the end of the fight phase, we move on to morale, and with 14 models gone and a leadership of 7, that unit flees.
Yeah.
I don't have enough command points left to make them stay.
Alright, so with that out of the way, on to Ork's turn
2.
Turn 2.
Alright, turn 2 for the Bad Moons. Basically everything is moving into close with the Gene Stealers. Trying to get as many shots as possible. Stay put with my gun wagon because it's in range for the Gene Stealers and doesn't need to take any penalties. So yeah, that's it for movement. On to shooting, I'm going to start off with the boys squad, firing all they can into the Gene Stealers. Starting off with the boys with shooters, total of 16 shots, hitting on 5s and 6s, re-rolling 1s because of Bad Moons. Ooh.
Oh no.
2. 2 misses.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, 3 misses. And then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 6s.
Oh no.
Getting me 3 more hits. So I hit all of my 16 shots.
Okay.
So 16 hits out of 16 shots from Orkz, wounding on 4s. 7 wounds.
And 7 5-ups. For made 4.
Then 3 shots from the big shooter. 1 hit, but it is a Daka Daka Daka. Rerolling 1s in the shooting phase.
No.
Still 1. So 1 hit, wounding on a 3. Wounds.
5 up. No.
Next up is going to be the War Bikers, firing all their DACA guns in for a total of 12 shots. Hitting on 5s. And then wounding on 3s. For all 3 wound.
And 3 5 up invols for made 1.
Up next is going to be the Gun Wagon, which is going to hopefully finish off the Gene Stealer squad. Alright, all its shots going into the Gene Stealer squad. It's got a total of 12 shots coming out of its 4 big shooters, hitting on 5s and 6s. For 3 6s, 2 5s, and a 1 that I get to reroll because of bad moons. Stayed at 1. But then 3 shots from DACA DACA DACA. Rerolling 1s. Giving me 2 more extra hits, so 7 hits. And then wounding on 3s, because big shooters are strength 5. For 5 wounds.
5 5 up invols for made 2. 3 more go down. 4 left.
Moving on to the Killer Cannon.
Ooh, goody.
2d6 number of shots. For 5. And hitting on 5s and 6s. For 1 hit and 2 rerolls. For 2 hits. Strength 8 versus tough of 4, so 2s to wound. Only 1.
1 5 up invol. Made it.
Alright, d6 shots from the lava. For 2. I probably should have rerolled one of the Killer Cannon shots. Oh well. And hitting on 5s and 6s. For none. Alright. What's left is my Mega Knob has a custom Mega Blaster, which he's going to shoot the Gene Stealers with. 1 shot, hitting on a 5 and a 6. Successfully hit. Strength 8, so wounding on a 2. Successfully wounded.
5 up invol. No.
Okay.
Command point. Damn it. That's now 4.
Alright, so quick measuring out. I'm going to start off with the boys because they have a 7-inch charge, which means they're outside of Mike's 2 remaining flesh hook guys.
With their 6 inches of gun.
So I need to make a 7-inch charge, but I've got here we go and all that loveliness. So I got a 3 and a 1. I'm going to re-roll the 1 with here we go for a total of an 8.
You made it.
Alright, with the boys ending up like so. I realized I forgot to mention it on camera, but Mike and I had discussed it. Basically everything's declaring a multi-charge.
Yeah.
So they ended up like that. Up next I'm going to send in the Pain Boy, which has a 7 or an 8-inch charge. I would have to double check that. Got a 7, so I'll quick double check that, but I'll probably re-roll the 2. Alright, Pain Boy ending up like so. Up next, my Warlord, 6-inch charge. I got it with a 7. And then the Bikers, which pretty much can't fail. They got a 12. Alright, after all charges ending up like so, I'm going to then start off with the Orc Boys, which are going to pile in, and then after that, probably put as many attacks as possible into the Broodlord, but I'm going to throw a decent amount into the Gene Stealers, because if I can knock them out of the way, then all of the Power Claws can make it into the Broodlord.
True.
Alright, and after their 3-inch pile in, ending up like so, got enough room for 4 of the boys to be able to put attacks into the Gene Stealers, and then everyone else is going to put their attacks into the Broodlord. So, starting off with the 4 going into the Gene Stealers, total of 8 attacks, hitting on 3s. 8 hits.
Well.
And then wounding on 4s. 5 wounds.
This is Gene Stealers?
Yep, on the regular Gene Stealers.
5 5 ups.
Which you made 1.
I made 1. So 4 die.
Which is the rest of that unit.
Is in fact the rest of that unit.
Next up are going to be the regular boys launching their attacks into the Broodlord for a total of 10, because there's 5 there. Hitting on 3s.
for 7 hits. And then wounding on 5s for 3 wounds.
3 5-up invols for not a 1. And then
Feel no pains.
it's just, do I want to spend the command point now or for the feel no pains?
Probably want to save it for the axe, which does 2 damage.
Alright, so 3 feel no pains. Well, Shiza. Alright, that's 3 damage to him.
Alright, and then the knob from that squad with his big choppa. 3 attacks hitting on 3s. 2 hits. And then since he is strength 7 with his big choppa, wounding on 3s. 2 wounds. The AP -1 doesn't matter.
2 5-ups. Nope.
Yeah, you might want to spend a command point here.
Yeah, command point. There we go. He ignores one of those, and then, because this does 2 damage, 2 5-up feel no pains. Made 1, took 1.
So he took a total of 4. He's down 2.
Yes. And I'm going to spend 2 command points to, if you don't have any more attacks from...
Nope, that is it for that unit.
Alright, then I'm absolutely going to interject. He's going to be fighting in real quick with 6 attacks going into the bikes. Hitting on 2s with these. All hit. And wounding on tough.
5 on bikes.
So, I believe wounding on 3s. With 1, it doesn't matter.
Well, that one,
That actually,
it does because that turns it into 3 damage.
it does. You're correct. So, 1/6 for 3 damage, and then I'm 1d3 damage. The rest miss.
Yes. How much damage does the D3 do?
1.
Okay, quick question to audience. Does Mike get to choose what order he puts that damage?
Or just Tom.
Because if I do, I'm absolutely taking the 3 first, which is the way the guy with 1 wound dies. And then take 1 wound on the guy with 3.
Well, yeah, you're right, because it's not all from one source. It's
2
actually from
separate
2 separate attacks.
Yeah. So I'm not sure.
Roll for it?
Yeah.
Here. Odd, Tom gets it. Or no. Even, Tom gets it. Odd, I get it.
Sure.
Even, Tom gets it.
Okay. Well, put the 3 wounds on the one with 1 wound first.
Fair enough.
Do I make 3 6s? No, he is dead. And then 1 wound on the one with 3 wounds. And this is the 6 I'll feel no pain because the dock is close enough.
Yes.
So my knob will take 1 wound.
Alright. That is sad for me. And,
Still be dead.
oh, stupid dead. Do let us know in the comments about that one. We would very much like to know.
Yeah. Okay.
So, who do you want to go next?
I'll probably take the bike and do that with him. So he opens up a little bit more space for the boss knob to get in. And then the biker knob will throw his 3 attacks in, hitting on 4s. He got none. No rerolls for the fight phase, so that's it for him.
And then your boss
I'll
knob.
send in the Big Mac next. Big Mac with mega armor ending up like so, swinging in with his 3 attacks, and he is going to be hitting on 3s with the Killer Claw. 2 successful hits, and wounding on 3s for both wound.
2 5-up invols. 4 made 1, failed 1.
And it does 3 damage.
Alright. And then 3 5-up, feel no pains. Made 2, failed 1.
Okay.
He has 1 wound left.
He does in fact have 1 wound left. Let's see if I can wiggle my pain boy in. Okay, and there's no spot where I can wiggle in the pain boy to get close enough to get an attack. So, yeah, it's pretty much going to have to end right there with the Broodlord having 1 wound remaining.
Woo! Then on to my turn, turn 3. And the end of movement for turn 3 Nids. Just kind of shifted everything in. I figured at the end, might as well have him closer. Why not? So, with movement out of the way, onto Psychic, where I'm going to start with Catalyst on himself.
Could save him.
Could save him. But he's only got 1 wound left anyway. Yeah, I'm just going with it. Catalyst on himself. It's going to be a Warp Charge 6. Got it with a 10. And then he is going to be casting Horror on the big group of Orkz. So that's going to be Warp Charge 6 as well. Which got it with a 7. And then he's going to be smiting the bike. So we all know how that works at this point. Got it with just a 6. So D3. 4, 3.
3 6-up saves from the Pain Boy, which he didn't make any. So that's the end of that squad.
Blip. Woo! And then he's too far away from anything to shoot. So it's just going to be right on to charges to declare. Where I'm going to be declaring a... I could just get him right into that. I'm going to have him just be going into the... You know what? Screw it. Multi-charge into the boys and the mech in Mega Armor.
Yep.
So, his charge in. A 9 is more than enough. We'll just kind of saunter over. There we go. God, he's huge. And then staying put.
No, you don't want to get him in the combat?
Nah, he's okay.
Okay.
He's better as a brain off to the side.
Yeah.
I've made the charge. I'm going to spend my last command point on brute force.
Okay.
Alright, so and the way brute force works for this is I get to roll 1 dice for every unit charging in, and on a 6 for normal units or a 2 for monsters, or 2 up for monsters, I do a mortal wound, and because I only have 1 dice, I'm putting it on the mech, the big mech. So, on a 2 up, does a mortal wound. Absolutely does a 2 up, or does a mortal wound.
It does a 2-up.
Does a 2 up.
6-up, feel no pain from the Pain Boy. No, he takes 1.
Woo! And then his attacks in. Alright, so my attacks in for this guy right here, starting with his 7 attacks from his massive Scything Talons. So this is going to be hitting on 3s. I should declare where I'm actually throwing my shots first.
Absolutely.
I'm going to be putting everything into the... I'm going to put the Toxin Spike, and then 3 Scything Talons into him,
Okay.
and then everything else into the boys.
Fair enough.
So, the 4 attacks from the Scything Talons going into the boys. I get to reroll 1s for these, hitting on 3s. Oh, 1 reroll. Nope. So 3 hits, and then wounding on 3s. 4, 2 wounds, basically 2 dead boys, because AP minus 3.
Yeah.
D6 damage.
Yep. Oop. And goodbye.
And then the 3 Scything Talons going into your not War Boss, but Big Mech, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s, all 3 hit. Get back here. Wounding on 3s for 2 possible wounds. AP minus 3.
So 5-up saves. Made both.
Oh my god. All right, and then the toxin spike going into the big mech with hitting on a 3, hits, wounds on a 2, just because that's the rules of toxin spike. Wounds, no AP.
Okay. 2-up save for the big mech and mega armor. Yes.
Yep. All right. Well, should have had him just go everything into him. Oh well, because that's exactly what the what he's going to do now. Everything into your big mech. All right. So he's got 6 attacks with his massive rending claws or monstrous rending claws going into the big mech, hitting on 2s for 5 hits, and then wounding on 3s for 3 wounds. Not sure if it matters, but 2 are AP minus 6.
Yeah, well, those we're going to go through. The one that's AP minus 3, so it's going to be a 5-up save, which I made. And then the 6-up feel no pains. He's dead.
Okay.
Alright, and with the Mega Knob, Big Mech and Mega Armor. I really wish he was a Boss Knob with Mega Armor, but up next is going to be the boys. Pretty much all these, putting their attacks in there, and 2 going into the big thing.
Alright.
Alright, boys swinging in next, starting off with the 5 regular boys that can get into the Brood Lord. So 10 attacks, hitting on 4s because of the horror. 2 hits. And 5s to wound. 1 wound.
1 5-up. Nope. 1 5-up, feel no pain.
No.
No. I don't have any more command points. My leader is dead.
Woo!
You get 2 command points. No, 2 victory points. That's the one.
Alright, and then the 2 boys that were attacking the Trigon, their attacks hitting on 4s. For 2 hits, and then wounding on 5s. No. Alright.
Alright, and that's it for
Combat.
So on to your turn, turn 3.
Leadership. I need to do a morale for
Oh,
them.
you do?
They lost 2, but minus 1 leadership. So their leadership 7 down to 6, down to 4. So if 4 or lower, I am fine. Which I
You got a 4.
no more boys league. Alright, turn 3 for the Orkz. I want to see how effective my gun wagon can be against a big monster, so I pulled the Orkz back out of combat, and I'm going to go ahead and shoot with the gun wagon now, because I don't got anything else. I'm going to start off with its big shooters. Got 12 shots, hitting on 5s and 6s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 misses. 4 Dakas. Give him more shots, which resulted in no more hits. And then these are going to be wounding on 5s. For 3 wounds.
AP?
No AP on big shooters.
Alright, and then 3 3-ups then. For 1 wound.
The Lava, D6 number of shots. For 1. Hitting on a 5 or a 6. Oh, it missed. And then 2d6 number of shots from the Killer Cannon. I'm going to spend my last command point to reroll the 2 to a 4. So 8 shots. Eight shots, hitting on 5s and 6s, rerolling once. For 4 hits, 3 of them are Daga. Giving me 1 more successful hit. So 5 successful hits. And then wounding on 3s. For 3 wounds with EP minus 2 for the Killer Cannon.
Alright, in that case, 3 5-ups. Of which I make 2.
Done. That's my turn.
That's the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. On to my turn, turn 4. Alright, so movement for turn 4. I just had the Trigon kind of shift around over, just so it's an easier charge to get into his Pain Boy. With that out of the way, didn't move. Onto Psychic, where I'm going to throw Horror on the group of boys, and then a Smite on the group of boys. So first off, Horror, Warp Charge 6. Got it with an 11, that was close. And then Smite, if I could see that 11 again. 12, I perils, but it goes off.
Yep.
Was it perils for D3 wounds on myself?
Yep.
1. And then is it D6 on you?
Yes. This is going to be a 6.
It's a 1.
Okay, good.
Merde. That could have been amazing. Oh well, it's 1 dies.
Actually, 6 up, feel no pain.
No.
1 dies.
Alright, and then for shooting, I actually have a shooting attack this turn. So 6 attacks going into the boys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Hitting on 4s for this with his Bioelectric Pulse. For 4 hits, and this will be wounding on 3s. For all 4 possible wounds. No AP.
6 up armor save. Made 1. 6 up feel no pain. Made 1, so 2 die.
Alright. And then with that out of the way, onto charges, where I'm going to declare a multi-charge into your boys and the Pain Boy with the Trigon.
8 shots from the shooters. Getting 1 hit. So 1 daka. Nope, just 1 hit. Wounding on a 5. Successfully wounds.
1 3 up. No.
And my knob is going to go ahead and chuck a stick bomb at you. D6 number of shots for 2. Hitting on 5 and 6s. Oh, hitting on 6s.
Alright, so that out of the way. My charge in for a 4. Alright, so my attacks in. I'm splitting them up a little bit. So I'm going to have 3 of the Massive Scything Talons go into the Pain Boy, as well as the Toxin Spike, and then 4 of the rest of his attacks go into the boys. And starting with the Pain Boy, so 3 of the Scything Talons, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s, no. Wounding on 3s, for literally none.
Yay!
That's sad for me. And then the Toxin Spike, hitting on 3s, hit, wounding on a 2, no.
Yay! Pain Boy survived.
Merde. And then the 4 attacks going into the boys, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s, 3 hits, and then wounding on 3s as well. For 3 wounds.
These do 3 damage a pop, right?
These do D6 damage a pop and AP minus 3.
Well, you're going to have to roll them. I feel no pain still.
True. Individually, or does it not matter?
Just roll all 3. Okay, a 4, a 4, and a 5, I'm not going to bother.
If you rolled like 1s or 2s, I would have.
Oh, yeah. So that's 3 dead orcs.
So, bloop. Bloop, bloop.
That was slightly more ineffective than I initially anticipated.
Pain Boy swinging back. He's got 4 attacks with his Power Claw, plus 1 for his Earthy Syringe. So 4 attacks for the Power Claw, hitting on 4s. For 2 successful hits. Strength 10 with the Power Claw, so wounding on 3s. 1 wound, AP minus 3.
1 6 up.
What you make?
I make.
Alright, Earthy Syringe, hitting on a 3. Wounding everything that isn't vehicles or Titanic on 4s. Nope.
And then your 2 boys.
The one boy hitting on 3s for 2 attacks. Both hits, and then wounding on 5s. Nope. And then the knob with the big choppa hitting on 3s for 1 hit. Strength 7, so wounding on a 4. No.
Alrighty then. Morale?
Yep. Morale for the boys squad. They took 5 casualties this turn. So on a 1 or a 2, they are fine. 3 fleet.
Alright. That's the rest of that. And 1 point to me. Then it is your turn, turn 4.
Yep. Alright, turn 4 movement for the Orkz is pretty straightforward. Fell back out of combat, moving the max 5 inches away towards Mike's deployment, and kept my vehicle staying put. So starting off the gun wagon, firing everything into Mike's big monster. 12 shots from the big shooters. Hitting on them 5s and 6s, and re-rolling the 1s. Looks like 3 1s, bunch of misses, 2 6s, and 1 5. The rerolls from the 1s gave me 1 more 6 and 1 more 5. So that's 3 Dakos, which gave me 1 more hit and a reroll, which didn't give me anything. So 6 hits in total. And wounding on 5s for 2 wounds.
2 3-ups, which make 1 fail 1.
Alright. The lava, d6 number of shots for 5. 5 shots, hitting on 5s and 6s. For 2 hits, 2 misses, and 1 reroll. For just 2 hits. And once again, wounding on 5s. Nothing. Alright. 2d6 number of shots from the killer cannon. For 7 shots. 7 shots, 5s and 6s, once again. For 2 6s and 1 5. 1 reroll, 3 misses. Reroll gave me 1 more hit. 2 6s mean 2 Dakos, giving me no more extra hits. So 4 hits in total. And these will be wounding on 3s. For 2 wounds.
So that means 2 6-ups, which I don't make either.
Take 4 damage in total.
Ow. He's still up.
Not much left on him, though.
No, he's got 3 wounds left.
Okay.
Nope. An amount of wounds. No, yeah, he's got 3 wounds left.
And that's going to be it for my turn 4. Can't fall back and shoot with anything because
He doesn't have a gun.
he doesn't have a gun.
Alright, so on to my turn, turn 5. Alright, Nid's movement. Now in his lowest bracket, moved 5 inches close to the pain boy, ready to hopefully end that pain boy during the charge, and moved in an advanced way, hoping to just kind of live to see another day over here. So with movement out of the way, I'm going to throw a smite. I can't do 2 smites. That's not a thing.
You cannot cast the same power more than once.
Alright, in that case, I'm going to start with smite, throwing it on the pain boy. We all know how smite works, which a 5 doesn't get it. And
It does in fact get it.
oh, yeah, it's the lowest bracket of it. So D3, 2,
2 6-up feel no pains, which I don't think I really made any 6-up feel no pains, but oh well.
and then I'll throw the horror on it, because why not? Warp charge 6, makes it. Haha.
Minus 1 hit.
Yep. And then, oh yeah, I do have a shooting attack. I will shoot the pain boy.
Yes. You are hitting on 6s though.
Yes, I am hitting on 6s. So 6 shots, hitting on 6s with 1 hit, and then wounding on 3s. wounds. No AP.
No AP, so a 6-up armor save. Made it.
Yeah, you did. Alright, and declare charge on the pain boy. You don't have any guns, so he absolutely makes it in. I'm throwing all of my attacks into the pain boy.
So 7 from your talons.
Yep. 7 from my scything talon, massive scything talons, hitting on 5s because of my lowered bracket for 3 hits. And then wounding on, I believe, 3s for 1. D6 number of wounds, or...
Yeah,
you don't have a save. For 3.
And that's going to be 6-up, feel no pains. Made 1. And that is not enough, because he only has 4 wounds.
So pain boy is dead.
By 1.
And then I will consolidate 3 inches towards closest. That's way too much. There we go. And then end of my turn.
Yep.
On to your turn, turn 5.
Movement for turn 5 for the Orkz is pretty straightforward. I'm down to 1 model. I gotta see if I can kill 2 models. I can't target 1 this turn, so I moved 5.5 inches forward so I can maintain all my firing with the periscope special rolls. So all my shots going into the wounded Trigon. 12 shots from the big shooters. 5s and 6s once again. Bunch of misses, 2 rerolls. Rerolls give me nothing. But I have 2 6s, so 2 Dakas, which gave me nothing. So 3 hits, wounding on 5s, which gave me 1 wound.
Which 1 3 up, which I make.
Lava for D6 for 2. Hitting on 5s and 6s. Rerolling 1s, gave me nothing.
Has the lava done anything this game?
It killed some Gene Stealers.
Okay.
2d6 shots from the Killer Cannon for 5. Needed higher rolls. And 5s and 6s. 2 6s, 2 misses, and 1 reroll because of bad moons. Give me 3 6s, so it's 3 Dakas. Which gave me 1 more hit and 1 reroll, which stayed as a miss. So 4 successful hits, wounding on 3s. For 3 wounds this time.
And 3 6-ups. Which I don't make any, so he is dead.
Yes.
Blah. Which then I believe concludes your turn.
Yep.
So, on to my turn of attempting to run away.
Nope.
Or no, on to does the game end?
Yep.
Do you want to roll?
Sure. Well, actually, I'll roll the red dice so it's a little bit easier to see too. Alright, does the game end on a 1 or a 2? No. We're going on to turn 6.
Alright. And I just moved and advanced a total of 9 inches over to there. I am now much too far away to actually provide any sort of psychic. So that's actually the end of my turn. On to Tom's turn 6.
Turn 6 for the Orkz is pretty straightforward. I was well outside of 24-inch range for the big gun to fire twice, so no sense in moving at half speed. Moving my full 12 inches to get back up into range. And fire everything. 12 shots. 12 shots from the big shooters, hitting on 5s and 6s, we're rolling 1s. Loads of misses, but I got 3 6s, so it's 3 Dakas. This gave me 1 more hit, so 5 hits. Strength 5 on these, so wounding on 3s. For 4 wounds.
4, 3 up involves. Of which I make 2, fail 2. Alright, he's got a total of 5 wounds, so he's got 2 wounds left.
Alright, up next is the Lava, d6 number of shots. For 5. Hitting on 5s and 6s. For 1 hit, 3 misses, and 1 reroll. one hit, but that hit is a Daka Daka Daka. Only one successful hit. And wounding on a 4, because Lava is only strength 4. Successful wound.
3-up invul. No. How much damage does that do?
Just one.
Alright.
It's basically literally just an Imperial Guard mortar.
Fair enough. He's got 1 wound left.
And D6 number of shots from the killer cannon for 6.
I was hoping for any other number.
6 shots from the killer cannon, hitting on 5s and 6s. For 2 misses, 3 6s, and 1 5. 3 Daka Daka Dakas, giving me 1 more hit. So 5 hits, and wounding on 2s, because strength 8 on the killer cannon. For 5 wounds.
And 5 3-ups. 4, he's dead.
Woo!
That is 4 2s.
See, 3-up is where you're
3-up is where I just fall apart. I can make 5-ups for days, somehow.
That will be a victory through sudden death.
Yep. That is victory to the Orkz. Or victory to the wagon.
There's plenty of orcs sticking out of it. There's grot riggers running around on it. There's enough orc culture there to start a new one.
Oh, that was a very close game.
There were some interestingly bad and interestingly good rolls.
Yes, definitely. It was a back and forth. But anyway, hope everyone enjoyed, and have a good one.